Do-do-do-do. What the fuck is that you're wearing?
See this top, right? I got this
I wouldn't
top.
describe that as a top. That's a statement
This is
piece.
a Baja top. Anyway, this I got 30 years ago this year.
It looks
and
like it.
wait, look how white it is. And look at it. It's hemp.
Mm.
It lasts.
When I went for my morning pie this morning,
Yeah.
I saw the man you want to be. We've mentioned him before. And he fucking hell, different hat, even silkier shorts.
Oh.
He had tie-dye socks on.
Oh, nice.
And he had, I don't know my trainers. It was like, you know the Yeezy sole?
The big thick.
Yeah, it was like that sole, but on a trainer.
Oh, Nike do them. Proper running ones. They're massive.
Grotesque. Just grotesque.
I think for long distance runners, like having an engine in it.
Aye.
I think they're going to
So
ban
he
them
was
soon.
there. I was going to tap him on the shoulder,
No,
but the tattoos might have come off my fingers.
there's a possibility.
Oh!
One of my tattoos came off.
Did it?
The one on my wrist.
Just
You
peeled
see,
off?
Well, the has little
Sloughed
suns,
off like a snake.
and it just came away.
like a snake.
And they say, oh, they're permanent. You give that one a good wash, it comes off.
When I was out, and then outside the butcher's,
Yeah.
there was a lady, big girl in a wheelchair,
Okay.
and she's so immobile. One of the staff was taking out her pie bag, her sack,
Okay.
a greased sack of pies for her. Now, if I'd been handed a large sack of pies, I would have been fucking delighted in myself. She had a face like a bulldog. She was so grumpy looking.
She was wanting donuts.
She was one, yeah. Maybe this was her on a diet. She's not happy with 10 pies. And I thought, God, that woman looks just like a bulldog. And then when I was walking past the Copi just 2 minutes later, there's a man coming along the street with a herd of bulldogs. Don't see that often.
Not often.
He had an XL bully.
Oh, no.
It looked like one of those Russian dolls. So there was the giant bulldog at the front, and then a series of smaller bulldogs, and they were all shitting on the road.
That must be deliberate to get them that size in that order.
Yeah, it must be.
That's all.
But the XL bully, just the stuff in its eye was like, you know those pies you get the hams you get in a tin, a Princess ham.
Yes, the
The
jelly.
eyes were like the jelly from that, and there was stuff coming out its nose,
Well, it doesn't sound well.
and its legs were all bandy, like it wasn't
yeah.
right.
It looks like they're constantly flexing, but
Flexing.
their legs are bandy. Yeah.
No, not they've become like the cartoon bulldog in Tom and Jerry.
Exactly like
They're
that.
like
yeah,
that.
like that. Weird
So in
looking.
the course of 5 minutes, Dundee never fails to like entertain me. Never.
Dundee's going through a phase.
Yeah,
We'll call it a phase.
a readjustment.
I don't think it's necessarily permanent,
Right. Okay.
because when phases like this
Like one of
happened,
your tattoos.
like
It's
you're
okay.
not necessarily permanent.
Right. Okay.
But when this happened before, like in the 80s,
Ah.
it was
Jesus, the 80s.
years of no recovery, years
Yeah.
of no work.
Yeah.
It's not like that at the moment.
Well, you see, Dundee was going to get the oil industry,
Yeah.
and they were going to get the Ford cars.
We've got Greg's.
But
One.
we got neither of those businesses because the Dundonians they considered them militant, I suppose.
It kind of is true.
Yeah, but they never got the oil. That could have spoiled Dundee terribly. I probably wouldn't have lived in an oil town because I knew what Aberdeen was like, and it was just
Dundee
it was
would be
just hookers.
3 times the size it would be
Yeah.
now. It would be massive.
But then imagine if Dundee had peaked with the oil money, then the oil left.
Oh, it would be.
Can you imagine?
Well, this is the thing in Aberdeen. Although there's new licenses for oil,
It's never going to be the same, though, mate.
I'll never be that size.
No,
But
No.
there is money there, so
there's money to be made.
you can get a degree in breaking these oil rigs apart. There's that
Oh yeah,
many
Dundee,
you
they're
can
dismantling the
go and
fucker.
get a degree on it.
But the oil they get out of the North Sea is very difficult to get to. It's not like the Saudi oil, which just bubbles up. You just turn on a wee tap.
It's underwater.
It's
a pain.
it's a pain. in
And then
the
you've got Russian submarines
Well,
going around.
I was walking home from my work last night at 10 o'clock and someone had dug a pit with punji sticks in it. I almost fucking fell into it.
What?
A square hole had been dug
Uh-huh.
and there was sticks and leaves on top of it. And I pushed it aside and there was punji sticks in it.
See, as you said,
A
Dundee,
big square hole. Your whole foot would have fitted in it.
Dundee never fails to...
Fuck's sake. It's the same people who are up there building tracks for their mountain bikes.
Oh,
There's guys who have dug a series of like tracks. It's a major construction. They should get those wee bastards on HS2. They'd have it finished.
HS2. Now, today's show is about news, and I actually mentioned in that.
HS2's a disaster.
But do you remember for our international listeners, this is a high-speed train that's going to go through the whole of Britain.
No, not Scotland.
Wait, hold on. It started off Edinburgh. The initial, you look way back.
Peeled back, yeah.
Beautiful lines all the way through the country.
Yeah.
You'd travel at like 1,000 miles, 250 miles an hour. You'd be around the country. It would save seconds on trips. Amazing. And then they took Scotland out.
Trimmed it down.
And then they trimmed a little bit here, and a little bit there, and a little bit. And now if you look at the map, I think the HS2 train is longer than the tracks.
No, it's just to help commuters get into London.
That's all it is. From nicer places. But the Birmingham Manchester route, they've spent 2.4 billion on it.
Jesus.
And they're away to scrap it. And they're saying, no, they're not, but everyone's acting as if it's scrapped.
I have a we've entered that stage of politics, and whatever your political persuasion, parties, they can stay for so long and then they become shit. I would argue they've been shit since the start, but they're not even concealing their shitness. It's just wild stuff.
No, there needs to be,
there's no competence. There's no competence at all. And they're all like gunning for the leadership of what?
Of what?
Of what?
No, that's
and all
the way
try
it
to be.
goes, though, yeah.
I personally don't like people who just they think it's charming to be unpleasant. They're all I'm more unpleasant than him. And this GB News thing is fucking wild.
What's been going on?
Well, they're all rapers, bastards, a whole fucking lot of them. Lawrence Fox, Dan Wooten, the executive, just all rapey people. The whole part. Neil Oliver's there, as you know.
Oh, God.
But they're just an adjunct to the Tory party. They're just the Liz Truss. This is a wild thing about politicians.
Okay.
Say you got caught wanking at your work.
Again.
Right. You'd leave under a cloud.
Well,
would you go back? Would they find you on Monday morning in the tea room, you'd brought in some Rose's chocolates, now you're having a cup of tea with the guys? No, you'd stay away.
Personally, I would stay away, but I've been in a situation where someone was sacked for theft.
And they're back.
And they'd come back once a month for a visit, and everyone was glad to see them.
Oh, that's fucking wild.
It was very strange.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, Liz Truss fucked the economy. Well,
she in her 4 weeks,
she didn't
was
appear to be
skilled.
good. I'm no political expert, but and nobody thinks she did well.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody seems to be funding her idiocy. It's like Keith Harris and Orville. It's this weird. Somebody's got a monetary fist up her arse.
Now, this is something I'm going to put out there.
Oh.
I'm not right wing, certainly not. I think anyone who watches this will realise that. But apparently, there's these right wing billionaires going around paying podcasts to be anti-vax and that.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great idea. And if you're listening,
I know.
Jesus,
It's
they're getting ridiculous money.
It's Peter Thiel.
Who's that?
Peter Thiel is a closeted gay man in America, billionaire, and he felt slighted by what was the online news agency that fucking Hulk Hogan and Bubba the Love Sponge brought to heel. Gawker.
Gawker, yeah, it was.
He felt slighted by Gawker, so he used his money to fund Hulk Hogan's campaign.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So these people, but Thiel's one of these guys. They're all in favour of like humanity 2.0. They want loads of children. Peter Thiel's funding these weird families. Like they think they're intellectuals and they're producing children.
I've seen one of those families.
Yeah.
Weird as fuck.
Yeah.
They're a couple of weirdos. Yeah.
So this is why you should have no billionaire class.
I
Because
agree with
billionaires are name a normal billionaire.
I feel if I had $1 billion,
Yeah.
I would not be normal.
No, of course you're not. So
I would look down on everyone.
So all they do is fund their own personal little peccadillos and weirdness. And Elon Musk's on board with all this transhumanism 2.0.
Do you know what it is? I've figured it out.
What?
The billionaire class, people put a lot of fear on them because they've got this power, they can do it. You know what it is?
Mm-hmm.
It's idle hands.
But
They've got nothing to do.
No, all a billionaire does is avoid tax.
Yeah, but what's happened is they can do anything, they can buy anything.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So they get things that are out with their control and try and use their money so it keeps them interested. It's a hobby.
It's ego. Like all of us, we're finite human beings.
But their world domination's just a hobby.
But millionaires back in the day would build mausoleum to themselves. which nobody then visits.
Well, you see New York,
yeah.
That was...
But these guys, they should be
built on that.
obliterated. They shouldn't, they're not doing, there's nothing for good they're up to. They're just weird, manipulative. And the thing they're trying to do, GB News is part of this project, they don't want people to engage. They just want everyone to be angry and not take part in the process. GB News is not reaching out to an intellectual class. It's reaching out to disenfranchised
common
people.
denominator.
And they're just saying, you step aside, just be angry and stay over there. It's a horrible,
if
horrible
someone's
thing.
disenfranchised, the truth of it is, if you want an answer how to get out of it, you want an answer of how not to feel that way. It's multi-layered and it takes time.
It's complicated as fuck.
But people like that just go, we have the answer.
I've got a funny
Form
theory.
people.
There's a lot of angry young people just now. But then you have to think of it like this: if you've got very little, and then you're reading or watching news filters through, even as a young person, you get a feeling of dread. Remember when we were children, it was all nuclear Armageddon. Nowadays, children, it's all climate change is going to obliterate them all. Why would you bother? If you're 16,
well, we had
thinking,
that.
As a 50-year-old, the world's ruined. I'll smash Dundee bus stops.
We were going to die in fire.
Yeah.
And when I was young in Dundee, everything was vandalised. Everything was derelict. But when that disappeared, that feeling disappeared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When the feeling of you're just going to, there's no point. And you don't realise that as a kid, you're not nihilistic because you're still playing with your friends and that. But the background...
So it seeds in
the background, because the first place to be hit in a nuclear war the world was Dundee.
Dundee was get hit. Most people would have survived. Fast Eddie would shake himself off like dandruff.
He'd just, one good blow, all the
Clear
dust
the
would be
lungs.
out of the harmonica and he'd be away again.
I didn't realise he was on Britain's Got Talent.
No.
I think he auditioned, yeah.
No.
I believe so.
Who told him to do that?
I've no idea. He did, because he's got a manager and everything. No,
It's ridiculous.
I watched Children of Men last night, which is a fucking glorious film. And just that, why would you upkeep anything? But that feeds back into HS2. HS2, these big projects, they always overspend on them. But at the end of the day, you have a thing that will be... It's like wealthy people that put an avenue of trees down. They'll never get to see that avenue of trees. But future generations enjoy that. It can be a good thing. This is a gift to future humanity.
But like you're saying, these projects always happen. It was like in Edinburgh when they put in the trams.
Nobody uses the trams.
100 million for a feasibility.
Nobody uses the tram.
And I always thought, why couldn't it be 95 million for a feasibility study?
But they were also,
There's
remember,
just money after
the Scottish
money.
they were sitting in the Scottish Parliament, which was a bit of a white elephant itself.
Oh, it's horrible.
I disagree.
it.
I like the Scottish Parliament. I think it's quite mad, and I quite like it.
I don't.
No, I like it. Some of the greatest concrete work I've ever seen. Some of that poured concrete is beautiful. I love concrete.
Ugh.
Concrete is the greatest material ever. Wonderful.
It's about to be, because they looked at the Roman stuff and they're changing the way
The
they
recipe
make it.
of it, yeah.
They're making it with salt and more lime, salt water and lime, and it's
But there's a nihilism. It's like, I don't know who cut down that elm. It was an elm tree?
Yes.
Sycamore.
Hadrian's Wall.
Hadrian's Wall thing. It's not as old a tree as the kid on
300.
It's not that
not
old.
old.
It's not that historic. There's older trees in Dundee. But
it was an Instagram moment, so everyone's mad.
But someone cut it down. Was it a 16-year-old?
Yeah.
Oh no, I think they've arrested a guy in his 60s. And is that just anger? Is that somebody's got, because a lot of the locals said, oh, it's the logo for my plumber's business.
Yeah.
So you think, if somebody got a beef with you, they've thought, oh, fucking...
Or is it beyond that? Is it just...
Folk have a hatred
symbol.
of trees.
A symbol.
If you buy a house and there's an established tree in it, people often cut them down. They don't like the thought of something living beyond them. Unsettles them. That's why a lot of people don't like tortoises.
9 years ago, my garden had 7 trees. And I thought, they're getting old, one had rot in it. It's about time they all
Did
come
have
down.
that honey fungus.
And I don't know what it was, but it was hollow.
Yeah.
And it was a big peach tree. And I thought, okay, we need to sort all the trees out. So I thought, get a ladder, go to the top and safely cut down just bits at a time.
That would have been so funny to see.
Jesus fucking Christ, I've got 1 tree to go. Do you know how heavy a tree is when you've got to put a big log in the car? once or twice a week to get it to the tip.
Oh,
It's taken me years to cut down trees.
you took it to the tip.
Yeah.
The wood, you could have sold it as firewood.
No, it's horrible green.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of stuff it is, but you can't burn that stuff.
Okay.
But
Chris Parkham.
And then the other wood was rotten.
See that
It
Chris
was
Parkham
horrible.
does wear jerseys like that. I've seen him.
Oh, well. So
It's like a hood on it.
I've been at this for 9 years. And I've got one tree to go, and in the next year it'll be down, and that's it. Holy shit! And there's nothing worse than you cut the tree down, and then you don't look at it for a couple of months, and it's grown up about 7
Does it
feet.
scream when you're doing it?
Hopefully, I hate them.
Trees can communicate with each other.
This is true. Through the
They
roots
speak
and
to
stuff
each
like
other.
that. So anyway, to get on with the show, let's see who's text us.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I wish that XL bully I walked past had ended me, because I wouldn't have to put up with this shit.
Alex Rainey. Good
Oh,
morning.
hi, Alex. Hi.
Well, it's Paul Rainey.
Paul.
And it says that. Who knows what this means?
Was he
He's
called?
very complex.
Was
There's names all
was
over
he
the
called
place.
Peeny Reeny?
Peeny Rainey. That's not good. Good morning, gents. I hope you're both well. I've still
Not
got
really.
my neuralgia, but it's getting better.
I've got a
I've
pie
got
to
it
look
right
forward
now.
to. Yeah, okay.
So,
Okay. I'm doing no bad. Thanks for
I'm
asking.
fine. Doing my exercises.
Almost fell into a punji trap. I'm
Apart from that,
almost.
that's nothing.
I was almost hit by a car the other day.
What?
I could have been dead walking down here.
Oh well.
Look, I was standing at the bus, standing at the crossing, pressed the button. This black guy behind me eating a bag of crisps, and it went ding, 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 and he goes, "Sir, we can go." And he was being nice.
Yeah.
So we both stepped out in the road, and a car missed us, came flying into us, and just missed us. This could all be a dream. It missed us by like an inch and a half.
Fuck's sake.
He looks at me, terrible driver. I goes, "That's an awful driver." I felt like saying, "But your encouragement almost died."
You're blaming him. As it is now spooky season, is there a chance of a seasonal celluloids or two? I'd love to. Everyone's asking about celluloids, man. But it was your fault you stopped it.
No, it's just yeah. We'll do one.
I'd love to hear your views on your films, especially, but any old tat will do. You've been responsible for me buying some of the films you've reviewed.
Oh, you idiot!
Even the bad ones. Have a great show, Motherfuckers for Life. Dude, thank you.
That's disturbing.
Well, here's the thing. This takes me on
as
to
long
a
as
story.
you listen to our film choices and not his fucking fashion. If I see any cunt with that jersey,
These are good. They
fucking
keep you cool in summer.
Did Bodie wear that in the Point Break?
No. Oh,
I
they
have
may
a feeling he
They
might
may
have.
You know why I have this? Flip in Dundee.
Flip.
£10.
Oh wow.
£10.
No.
30 years ago.
I filmed. Film.
So I'll start with it a little bit because it's my birthday very soon.
60. Bus pass time.
I would love the bus pass. Jeff got his.
Oh, Jesus.
And it takes him all over Scotland. He's having a great time, and he bought himself a Jaguar. Anyway, I've been saying to my girlfriend, I think streaming's the end of films. I think we need to get back to a physical media and something that you actually just pay for, rather than just hundreds of films that have zero value.
No, that's never coming back.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know because the money's not there. They can't. It's been a race to the bottom.
DVDs are not coming back, man.
No, it's not DVDs. It's Blu-ray. So
Blu-rays are not coming back.
I got, as well as my lovely band that tells me I'm not sleeping.
You didn't buy a Blu-ray player.
No, I've got one in my Xbox. But I
nice.
got the Blu-ray as a gift of Sorcerer.
Okay.
Special edition.
Okay.
74 minutes of Friedkin talking about it and everything. I can't wait.
Sadly passed. Sadly.
But no one liked them. But I like the idea of owning it.
Okay.
I like the idea of having it.
But you're
there.
just an old, as you said, is you?
No. Here's the thing. I rejected it all. As soon as streaming came along, I thought, this is wonderful. This is the way it should be. This is the future. But it's not working.
The problem with it is, I will say, there's versions of films only exist because of people's DVDs and obscure VHS they've got. Because the problem with streaming, you see the sanctioned version. There's a Highlander version, you just can't get. There's a Highlander version that's slightly better, but you'll never see it. You see the cut of
This is the problem.
E.T. is always the new version now.
Yeah.
The Star Wars ones, it'll all be the
the physical sort of the media. And then what I mean by that, I think I should go back to that, is that this is going to sound really bad, like I'm on the side of all these film companies, But you can't have these hundreds of films on streaming service and you're paying £10 a month.
No,
It can't last.
The future of it is. It's no coming back. You're no getting a thing and a thing. Young people don't have it. That horse is well bolted. The only way it's going to survive is if cinema makes a resurgence, which it could.
Yeah.
But it's going to have to be the way it's. Like, have to be more than a cinema.
Mm-hmm.
A better cinematic experience. Can you maybe?
But the thing is, one of the reasons, and it's not just streaming, but the physical media went wrong, is that when DVDs came out, they put effort in. There was behind the scenes.
So what I resented was DVDs are cheaper to make than a VHS tape, yet we were paying more.
That is such as life.
The DVD and CD era, the film companies and the fucking music industry have never made more money. That was our golden time. The profits they were making was
and CDs on music still get a bad reputation. They're great. It's really good.
It's
really good.
I don't own a single CD. I don't own a single
You know how it
DVD.
started?
Nothing.
I've probably done this. It doesn't matter. We repeat ourselves 4 times an episode anyway.
Many years from now, some old guy would hang them up in their shed to scare away mice.
I have my mum's garden. She has CDs hanging on a tree she planted.
It's
quite effective.
It's a perfect use for them.
But when CDs came out, when they used to master albums, they'd done it for LPs.
Okay.
And they have to make it very bassy and all this sort of... Or is it toppy? I can't remember. No. Anyway, they'd done the exact same and it went onto CD. So it wasn't transformed. It didn't change. So everything sounded very brittle and thin.
Oh, okay.
And people went, oh, CDs are terrible. Then they realised that they didn't have to master them that way. It was just too old way of doing things in new technology meeting. And it was a very short time. But CDs can be great. CDs for music can be really good. And Blu-ray, using that for audio is amazing.
Oh, no, don't own it. We'll never own it.
Well, anyway, the point is, I like having physical media, and I'm wanting to get physical media of other things.
Oh my God!
Do you know what happened recently?
You're at that funny
Online,
age.
some games people had bought, and they bought them, but then the companies who owned them just took them away. So you bought them, and they've just removed them.
Oh, for online, yeah.
But you owned it.
If you've got a subscription with some company, and they
it
go
just
tits
goes.
up, it all goes.
So that's kind of bullshit.
But not having a film in your life, does it really make that much difference?
I'm just one. You know what started this? I'll be honest with you. I'll show you a picture.
You want to fill up a nice death box. All you're doing...
You're close.
You just want a box of stuff that some poor schmuck has to get rid of.
I've been telling you, I built a new studio at home.
Okay.
Right? It's really nice. It's got loads of room, and I've got space to think and make stuff.
Okay.
But there was one area...
You've got a lot of places you think. I don't think it's a good idea. You've got your house.
Yes.
You've got your studio.
Yes.
You've got your studio here. You've got here. That's too much thinking.
I technically have 3 studios.
I'm going to get you reduced down to one space.
Okay.
And then play a lot of noise so you can't think. We need to break that habit of yours.
No, it's not thinking. It's creating. I don't think when I create. You've seen my creations. There's no thought going in. God. Now, what happened is the old fireplace was boarded up. It's been covered up for 100 years or something.
Oh, God.
But it's plain. And I thought, bookshelves. I have like 4 books. And one of them, Sandy Kid's Anti-Gravity Machine. So I thought, okay, I'll get all my games. Got all my games. And then I need some books, so that was that. And I'll put my DVDs and stuff up. I've got like 4. I've got Bellflower. I've got King Kong, the 70s one. I've got next to nothing. My science project, and now Sorcerer. I've got so little. So I thought, I want physical media.
Oh, no, you fool.
So, no, I want them to fill up my bookshelves. I'm not going to read, but I'll watch a film. And so I've got Sorcerer. Amazing.
Okay.
So I can't wait to watch it all remastered. It would be like the original.
Okay.
Beautiful. But I thought, I'm going to get the most romantic film, the most violent film, the most scary film. Because I'm going to get The Exorcist. I'm going to get all the Friedkin stuff because it's great. But the most romantic film, I figured out what it is.
Oh, no. What is it? It's Casablanca.
A story. No, more than... Imagine... Casablanca times 10.
Spice Girls, the movie.
Times 11. It's even more than that.
Let's hear it.
Police Academy 4 Citizens on Patrol.
That's awful.
Zed and Laura. when the blow monkeys are playing and they're running towards each other and they spin and spin
I
until they
will
fall over
never-
feeling sick.
I will never, if I live to be 1,000,000 years old, I will never watch a single tiny iota of those terrible, terrible,
Police
terrible
Academy
films.
4,
Police Academy films are the worst shit.
Bobcat Goldthwait,
Fucking
Falls
hate
in
'em.
Love. Oh, no, it's wonderful. It's the most romantic. I want my relationships to be like that.
It's awful films. They're
No.
awful. The black guy didn't do most of the sounds. That was all a lie. He could do a helicopter.
No, he does great. Have you seen him doing the guitar
He does
live?
Oh,
He
yeah.
does do it. He's
He-
amazing.
Right, hold on. So what he does is he does a fucking Jimi Hendrix routine.
Very good.
Nobody listens to Jimi Hendrix anymore.
It's not about the fact to listen to Jimi Hendrix. It's the fact he's doing it with his mouth.
It's pointless.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
like people
great.
it's people that beatbox. It's terrible. So he was a lie.
You don't know anything about beatboxing.
He was
then.
a lie. That guy was a lie. It was all
Right.
fake. It was all terrible. I liked the fucking old guy that was the chief. He was a droll humour. I liked
yes,
him.
but
Everything else, awful.
Citizens on Patrol.
No.
It's amazing.
What's the one they end up in Miami and it's Rene Auberjonois is
that's the
got
last
a really
one.
bad fake tan in it.
Yeah, he's a bit tanned up in that one, isn't he? Yeah.
Slightly.
He liked all my stuff that I made for costumes. I got a personal note.
From Rene Auberjonois.
Yeah.
Odo.
I don't know how it got to him.
Odo.
But I
He
got it.
played like a human ball of wax.
Correct. That
Was him.
That's
Like a
him.
bogey.
Yeah, but
Rene. Was
I'm
it
gonna
Rene
get-
Auberjonois?
it was something like I know who you
Odo.
mean.
Yeah.
Odo.
Rene Odo.
But
Odo.
I am going to get physical media of the best films.
What a waste of time.
One of the greatest films ever made, Police
That's
Academy
such-
4.
I know what it is. You've slipped into boomer territory. It happens.
No, I'm not.
Cape Ross is like boomer.
No, I'm
he's
just
he's a-
collected several
He's a late
films.
40s boomer. He likes Jam Shed wine. Jam Shed is the boomer drink.
Well, I've never
Jam
heard
Shed, it's a sweet wine jam shed. The boomers love,
Love
that.
that.
They
I
like
have Crocs right enough.
Dobies.
Well, I wouldn't step foot in there.
Go to Dobies all the time. And they like going to the municipal dump to just dump stuff. My mum and
Shit.
dad go to the dump
I love
doing
doing
it
it.
3 times a week.
Yeah, me too.
They just hang out. I think my dad goes, I think my mum and dad stand in the bucket with the guys just having a coffee.
I am clearing the house out,
Uh-huh.
and there's very
Hold on, you're
Few
clearing
mo-
the house out, but then you've replaced it with more stuff.
no. I've
You're no
I'm
minimalist.
tidying. And when
As you can
clear
see
one
with my
room,
studio,
decorating,
as you can see
Yeah.
with my studio space, I am to the bone.
chaotic.
To the bone, I am a minimalist.
What
Just nothing exists in there. Everything just it's
minimalist?
stripped
It's
back.
like terrifying
Barely.
in there.
barely anything there. One
This is
One
because you cleaned
pencil.
it for the first time in
One-
10 years,
one pencil.
and you feel great.
Yeah,
No, I love going to the tip. It's a great pleasure.
Tip,
So you go to the tip, or it's known in Dundee, the Cowp. You go there and you throw all your shit
Oh,
out,
it's
and you
quite
feel like
sad.
you've achieved. You
Yeah.
know,
and all that stuff
Manly.
just gets put into a big bonfire and burnt.
that's great. It's great. So
They have you-
yesterday,
It's like some experiment you do with rats.
oh,
Because you get people to separate everything and then everything just gets
'Cause
then jointed back together in a
it
heap.
kind of is.
Buried
Yesterday,
somewhere.
painted my front door, painted the gate and repaired the gate, repaired the garden, the shed door, new hinges, new locks, everything all painted. It's getting repaired. I'm going through the house. I've given myself a year to do every single thing in the house, redecorate completely. So I've done one room completely. I'm starting working on others, all decorated, all fresh, and the whole house is getting top to bottom.
One could almost see this as a mania.
It's not a mania, it's a decision.
It's a mania.
It's a decision. I made a decision
Fighting
to do
against the
everything.
chaos.
And I'm not very good at decorating. It's not like you. You can do it. I'm not very good.
I saw
But
you
it's
at it.
nice. But you saw me building. My building's great.
Did I make a good job?
Listen, I'm not needy. I said to you, good job today.
What do you
I
do?
wasn't asking. I
See-
was telling
See
you.
when you're doing the shed, you've put the new hinges on the shed.
Mhm.
Did you just stand there? And there's nobody there. And then you see a seagull standing looking and the seagull goes,
My girlfriend came down and went, they're good hinges.
Oh, wonderful.
And I felt
you
very
just
manly.
You just glowed. Both your thumbs have swelled up like spring onions because you've bashed them with a hammer. As a nail sticking out your head.
I'd done a good job in every hinge. So
a hinge is not the most difficult thing.
No, but the door was repaired and I've been doing
What's
stuff.
in your shed?
I have a mulcher, chainsaw, a hedge trimmer, a lawnmower.
Petrol or electric?
It's electric. I have a router. I have a table.
Is it dark in your garden?
No. The security cameras will spot everything.
Oh, that's okay then.
They're as bad as your house with your security.
My security is wonderful.
I've been walking home 2 streets away from you, and you said, I saw you walking home last night on your fucking infrared camera.
I love
the whole street.
The fucking having a camera on your door is great because all the companies try and fucking say they've delivered stuff, and you're like, you haven't have signed it.
Oh, that's true. I do get that.
It's one good thing.
But with the cameras, when I first got mine, every time I had it, if there was movement, your telly would change.
Oh, I know.
It was the most stressful thing. Thing because you're like, who's there? And then you see a cat tail pass.
None better waking up in the morning, putting the coffee on,
and
just watching cats fucking. You just watch them.
It's amazing.
Cats love to fuck.
Because I think I know all the cats in the area.
Oh, yeah.
And then you watch a camera and there's tons of them walking through.
There's hundreds of cats.
Cats everywhere.
It's like a Disney film, but more fucking in it. Fucking. And cats like to make noise when they're fucking. And it's not gentle.
It's not nice.
Seen lions fucking.
I don't like lions. And I bet it's horrific.
It's fucking.
Everyone's welcome to clip that. You know, Chris Shadows will clip that.
The smell of it.
Oh,
imagine
God.
A lion pissing in your face. By the way, I came in here the other day.
What the fuck?
Because if you never got yourself a bag of lion shit.
What?
If you've got problems with cats shitting in your garden.
Can I ask, where did you pick this up?
You can buy it from Blair Drummond Safari Park, a bag, a Ziploc, and then you place lion shit in each corner of your garden, and the cats smell it and go, fucking no going in there.
I don't feel I need to know this. You know my feelings on lions in the first place.
Yeah, lion shit.
Did
I tell you my story? An old flatmate of mine lived next door to Blair Drummond Safari Park.
Okay.
And she looked like Penelope Keith, this lassie.
Oh, a good look.
Yeah. And in her 20s.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
her mum was out washing the car on a Sunday. She got hit in the back of the head by something. She's like looking about. She thought it was the kids next door with a pea shooter. Looking about. Nothing. Keeps washing the car. Pitting. Someone hits the car. Looking about. Nothing. Fucking what is that? Keeps washing. Pitting. Hears a noise. Looks into this big tree in the bottom of her garden. Male baboon.
What the fuck?
Fucking baboon sat there throwing fucking stuff at her. She's like that, fuck, because...
To try and get the car?
You know what a baboon's like.
It's huge.
Powered up. So she had to back into the house, didn't want to bend down.
No. I don't think they're ones for trying to fuck you. I think they will just eat you.
No, baboons will fuck you and then eat you and then fuck you a wee bit more.
I'm not too... I think
they're
that's your
really
fantasy.
randy fuckers.
I think
no, they'll fuck like fuck.
I'm not too
they're
sure.
Real... They're the top fuckers of the
I think
animal
they
kingdom.
bite you.
So she had to get with those big teeth, but they've got those big arses, the baboons.
They don't bite you.
Have you ever seen a fucking chimpanzee's at back end?
You're feeling very...
No, I'm just...
If you had a...
I've been watching Animal Park. Animal Park. So
Jesus.
she backed into the house.
Mm-hmm.
She got on the phone, and her phone she's looking at the kitchen window at the baboon, just scratching itself and getting ready to fuck something. And she's like, on the Blair Drummond Safari Park, she says there's a problem. What? There's an escapee from no animals have escaped. She's like, there's a giant randy baboon in my tree, and they're like, we've no lost any baboons. She gave
in that moment, did they know?
Then they came. Well, no, I suppose somebody then ran out and counted them, and then one of those trucks came that's kind of done like it's a zebra colour.
Yeah,
and they chucked a net on it, and its fucking pecker was sticking through the net.
There's a shower.
Imagine if
there's a shower up here, isn't there? I think a cold one.
If a human being would have snuck up behind her, the baboon made the mistake of drawing its attention by throwing stuff. If it had just run out of that tree.
What is wrong with you today? I am so uncomfortable.
It's just that it's a thought of a pie. I'm quite hungry.
Is this what's wrong
and I
with
can
you
smell
today?
the pie through the.
Have you had a coffee today?
No,
you
I can
need
smell
a
the
coffee.
pie through
Right.
the paper bag. It's in a cupboard, and through all these layers, I can still smell
From
that
now
pie.
on, from now on, you need
Physical media.
You need to eat in coffee before you come in.
No, I had
Because I think your dander
I had a bowl of cereal.
is swollen.
I had a bowl of cereal with banana in it. Crunchy
Oh.
nut cornflakes with banana.
Oh,
through it.
crunchy nut, horrible.
What the fucking hell are you talking about?
I don't like them. They give me a bellyache. Just normal cornflakes.
Bellyache. Fucking hell.
I don't like them.
Just imagine a baboon eating a big bowl of cereal.
Oh, disgusting.
Have you seen how a gorilla eats a banana?
No.
It eats it. It opens it, peels it from the opposite end from us. We go for the naughty end.
Yeah.
That's the wrong end. I always two things I've learned from
Mm-hmm.
our primate cousins.
Okay.
You know the stalk in a banana?
Yeah.
That doesn't open. But if you use the other end, the other tip, peels perfectly.
And they don't like the stringy bits either. They
don't
peel
peel
them
them
out.
off.
I do the same.
Yep. And another thing is an apple core is a figment of your imagination.
What?
When you eat an apple, do you eat an apple?
I do eat apples.
Okay. Can you crunch round
Yeah.
it and there's a core?
Yeah.
Eat from the base to the stalk. There's no core. It doesn't exist. Eat the whole thing.
Now, I would usually shout something at you, but I'm thinking about this. And
Try it. You'll suddenly realise in your life you've wasted tons of...
if
good
that's,
eating
if
apple.
that's a figment of my imagination, what else
We've
is?
been trained to eat an apple in a way we don't need to.
I was in Nepal, and people are eating oranges, skin and everything.
That's
right
a
through
bit
it.
much.
Right through it, no problem.
I wouldn't do that. An orange peel's kind of horrible.
Or is it?
No,
What if it's all mixed together? It might be nice. I've never
possible.
had it.
It's possibly another, because I went into a shop in Dundee in Hilltown. I was asking for an Indian mango. I'd heard about these Indian mangoes,
Oh, right, okay.
and we don't get them in the supermarkets.
Well, this is a secret place.
It's a secret. The Indians keep them. So I went in
Oh,
and I said, "I've heard you have Indian mangoes," and the guy says, "No, we have Pakistani mangoes."
oh,
Because I went to the wrong ethnicity.
oh no.
But it's fine. It was all good because he was a good lad.
Okay.
And he brought out this box. And he said, "How many you want?" And I said, "I'm going to get a dozen." And it was a box like this. And they were yellow mangoes. They were little. And you could just eat the whole thing. And extraordinary.
Oh.
Best fruit I've ever had.
Oh, God.
Because the mangoes we get in the supermarkets, they keep a long time.
Yeah, they're hard.
But
and
the
they're-
skin's hard and they're not very good. But an a Pakistani mango.
Pakistan, don't make that
Yeah.
mistake. That. Holy shit.
Wonderful.
I'll look out for that.
Keep out. And
It
try,
is.
get an apple today and eat it, like I'm telling you, from the base to the stalk. And you just
That
go
sounds
through it.
right.
There's no...
I
There's
don't
no,
like the seeds.
No, just spit the seeds out.
Oh,
Just
right.
eat the seeds.
Clever,
They're not going to do
clever.
you. Don't, as long as they've got cyanide in them.
That's what I want to avoid.
Yeah. But they won't do you any harm. They'll just pass through your stomach.
So today's show, 37 minutes in,
A record.
news,
Okay.
and it's going back.
God, I'm really hungry. I've been talking about the apple and I'm
and now
feeling-
you're hungry.
Okay,
Oh,
sorry,
this can't happen again.
Continue, I'm sorry.
Food and coffee, right?
I'm sorry.
Meghan and Harry's podcast failed. This is according to the chief executive of Spotify, because they didn't make the consumers happy. They got £18 million
Jeez.
for 12 podcasts in 2.5
But
years.
they didn't really do them. They never sat and did this.
No, but now I want the chief exec, right? We could get the same amount of listeners, fuck all. We can disappoint our consumer
Yeah,
as
man.
well, and I'll do it for $1 million for 24 podcasts. That's the deal right now.
£500,000.
No, you don't talk it down.
Well, nobody's going to give us $1 million.
Well, it's 500,000 each, and
Okay.
they're saving
That's a-
17 million.
It's a guy from the Ringer podcast. He really went to town and said they were shit. But he had a conference call with Harry, and Harry's like that. He had no idea what he was going to do. He's as thick as fuck.
Oh, he's thick. He's a
He
stupid
said, "What
person.
do you want to do?" And he was like that. What should we do?
See, Meghan's making political moves now.
So you
Wonderful.
approach a company with an idea,
You don't know what you're
but you
doing.
don't have an idea. It's public school, man.
Now, I know
Or she
we're...
got a political move. Is she?
Yes, I know this is...
She'll think she'll be president of the United States.
And she probably will. I hope so. It's just going to be great soap. I love it. I love it.
I find that
I want him as the first lady. I think it's great. It's hilarious. I've give up.
I see Obama, Barack and Michelle Obama. They've produced their first film.
Oh, what's
But
it?
Barack Obama did a podcast, and I'm led to believe it's the biggest pile of shit because he interviews people, but they say he's not curious. He disappointed people because you think he's this guy who talks well, but he says he's not interested in people, and he's not got the comment when he was speaking to people. Not interested. It's weird.
Well, here's the thing. Now, if we're going to get people on the show, and the first person we had here was Holly.
Yeah.
And even though I was joking, do you like shortwave radio? Do you like that? Was being silly. We're not going to ask questions. We're just going to talk.
Yeah.
And if they want to join in the conversation, that's it. But we don't interview.
No, you can't.
So
interview.
to go into a format that's already established, but it's not natural to you, just avoid it.
The problem is there's a skill in what's happening in this country. You had journalists, and some very good journalists. Journalism's not what it was. There's some good independent journalism. It's led by donkeys, a thing. And Navarro. It's a load of it. Anyway, you had sports journalists, and they could interview and they had interesting points to say. But the problem is they've all been washed away, and all you have now is sportsmen who've become journalists, and they're all terrible. Nobody has less to say about football than a former football player.
I know what you mean. You've got to be objective,
yes,
and away from it.
Yeah. Everything is now it's chefs speaking about cookery,
and then curiosity, like you're saying. If I had Tom Cruise in here, I don't want to know anything about him.
No,
in the sense that let's ask you questions about what everyone else has asked you. But if he was sat here and we're talking about HS2, and he went, "I've got something to say," that's interesting.
I'd measure his teeth.
He's got one tooth right in the middle.
Yeah, I'd measure that.
Right in the middle.
Get a calipers out and measure him.
They would see. He'd love that, wouldn't he?
I'm not sure.
I think
they
he
slip.
Would.
I think the facade would slip with him if we go interview him. Oh, but by the way,
what?
Paula Abdul. Remember we went to the Cheese Bandit and
right.
Alfonso.
And Alfonso, yeah.
So Paula Abdul and Alfonso.
Yeah.
They drove past me in their van the other day. Pulled over. I thought it was like a Ted Bundy moment.
Yeah.
I tensed.
I would have been scared.
He leant forward. He's got over. He's not annoyed with me now because we discussed the reason I had his cheese. But he says, you know what he did back in his younger day?
Oh, I don't want to hear this. He did what?
Official photographer of Daniel O'Donnell.
You are fucking kidding me.
He was his shadow. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He was his fluffer at the parties.
Yeah.
He carried his luggage. He
held his hand when he cried.
He got to know him intimately. Intimately.
Holy shit.
Gynecologically.
Oh my God.
Gynecologically.
I don't think O'Donnell has his hair below his waist.
Hairless body.
Yeah.
Smooth, rosy cheeked. You know that nice Irish rose?
Yeah.
That was his cheeks of his arse. His arse.
No testicles.
Well, no, it's skin, but no actual
no testicles, exactly. And his penis looks like a dog's cock.
Yeah, penis like a dog's cock.
Oh, that's
but he knew
wonderful.
him intimately. So we could maybe, we'll see what he says. He didn't want to give, he'd signed a piece of paper.
It was a Tesco's receipt. That's not an NDA.
It was a soda bread. He'd signed it. So he can't say too much. But the stuff, the abuses. Can you imagine?
He was wild.
Oh, Jesus.
But he had his
it's like a great, couldn't feed him after 10 at night and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
He's militia. Those old ladies.
They'd stab you with a knitting needle.
They'd all have the spikes in their shoes and a knitting needle would come out the tip.
Fucking crochet to death.
Imagine if you antagonised their fan base, eh?
You know what? It took me a year to get Crowded House's fan base off my back.
Okay.
Right? And I admit, during that year, I may have encouraged it as well and said some things that I don't regret, but it did make it worse.
Just had an idea.
You've had an idea? Goron is now stood up and walking. He's campily mincing across. He's got some... Oh, he's got sweeties. He's got... Where? What the fuck? When did you put biscuits in there?
There's always been them in there.
And a bar of There has not... When did you put them in?
It's been there since the visitation.
A bar of chocolate?
It's up.
What the fuck?
The fuck?
What's happened to your chocolate? Oh, that's quite tough. Anyway.
Why is it so tough?
No, you're just hungry. You're just hungry. There you go. Don't look at the... Oh, my God, the mess.
So hungry.
That is not a bit of chocolate. That's Ferrero Rocher. That's our gift. I remember now. Just eat the whole half. There you go. Excellent. So, anyway, this chief executive of Spotify said the reason the podcast failed was they didn't make consumers happy. But on a conference call, he said he called them as fucking grifters. So the truth is, what people who paid them are thinking exactly what we're thinking. I'll have a bit. You've tempted me. Look, I'm dignified, a small part. Everyone loves hearing us eat. Well, that's good, yeah.
Isn't it?
Oh, I missed my mouth. And this accurate. So, a disappointing story.
No, but you knew they were grifters. It's just like he thought we'd pay security when he lives in America. Fuck you.
Here's someone I like. They're living in California, aren't they?
Well, what they've become, speaking about the billionaire class, they've become like they're kind of kept in a gilded cage. Oprah's pals with them.
Yeah.
But the thing with billionaires, it's like the court of the Sun King.
Okay.
You entertain the Sun King for a time, but then they tire of you.
You get bored, yeah.
So people, it's like a
And
episode of
he's
Frasier.
not developing. He's not getting bigger. Nothing's happened.
Because he's like his wife, his mother. His mother had I watched a thing about Jill Dando the other day. Jill Dando's murder, which it's a Netflix thing. No, was it Netflix? It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Quite interesting. Interesting because it's just 2002. It's a whole different country. It's wild how different things seem. But you never really speak about Jill Dando because she never really did anything.
Jill Dando.
Jill Dando. You never really speak about her. Lady Di, you never speak about because Lady Di didn't do anything.
Done nothing.
There was the lassie that did the mines, and she went away and borrowed her stuff.
Took her stuff, wore it, and went, look what I'm doing.
Yeah. She was just a parasite.
But it looked like she was walking through a minefield.
Yeah,
it was just a road up to her house.
But you know that a Lady Di would have had a podcast.
Lady Di was heading for America.
Do you know there was talk that she was going to be an actress? She was going to be like kind of...
Like in Neighbours.
Yes, she thought she would be in like The Bodyguard or something.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
So where would she have been? Her death actually meant... I hate all the royal family, but her death meant she couldn't do anything.
She couldn't get it wrong. She couldn't go...
Like imagine if she'd married... I don't think she was getting married, but Dodie Fayed and become like a Jackie O kind of style. Just like a plaything for wealthier people. Because she's no way of making her own money. And Harry's the same. He's no... What's he get? He's got this Invictus Games, I think.
Oh, it's all nonsense. He's not doing anything. I claimed for years I was
But she's a clever one. She's clever.
Oh,
Meghan Markle, whatever you think about him.
She's totally clued up in everything, but she's still fucking... Right, if someone paid us 18 million, right, and we didn't deliver,
but it sounds
they
like...
would take it back.
It sounds like they're not doing any effort.
Anything.
No effort, man. They're not doing... But they're not hosting the podcast. They give it to extraordinary women. We'll get to let this sister do this.
And I'll be honest with you.
What?
This is not hard.
No, it's not difficult.
It's not hard. But I think they're so
But
terrified to get
what would he speak about?
He's got nothing in his brain. He can talk about anything.
They made a mistake. They blubbed and then gave an interview and just splurged out everything. All their grievances they had in one big go. And nobody's wanting to know. I'd love to know how many of those books of his got pulped.
Oh, it's going to be a
But has she not got a book to come out? She's bound to have a book. Is she writing a book?
Lots. I don't know. I love the name of it, Spare, because I just thought Spare Prick at Hoor's Wedding.
Aye.
That's all you would think about when you heard that.
Yeah, but to be so bitter. He's had a very gilded life. I know his mother died, and fucking hell, that must be bad.
It must be bad.
But these are
I
kids,
hate to say this. It happens to a lot of people.
But these are kids that go to private school.
They kill foxes for fun.
Yeah,
they shoot poor people for fun. You know the royals do that.
They don't. They're not. They've not got the relationships with their family members that we do with ours. There's not that closeness. It's all weird. It's weird. So the podcast. So she did a voiceover for a documentary about elephants.
Yes.
I think there was going to be a cartoon that's not happening.
That didn't happen.
So nothing.
There was a shot of him going up. Was it Bob Iger? Harry goes up to Bob Iger and goes, "Oh, my wife does voiceovers," and he goes, "Oh, well, we'll think about her and stuff like that." He was actually trying to get her a job with Disney, and it's on camera. He just asks.
But you and
why do you think you could ask?
The older I get, I realise everyone's a bit of a grift. Everybody's faking it to a degree. Everybody's an idiot.
We are shit.
We're
not faking it.
So shit.
This
But
is genuine.
There's people who are skilled at one aspect of life, but then their life otherwise is shambolic.
Yeah.
Everyone has some. We all have to shite. There's nobody who has this that are capable of everything. There's just not.
No,
There's
that's
just
true.
not.
But
SAS. Go the SAS, most utterly trained, ruthless killers.
but can the net?
No, but you saw that footage of that siege when he tries to go in the window and he trips.
Yeah.
Time
Another
and
guy
time-
got set on fire.
Special forces, time and time again, when they tried to get Obama,
Obama.
I keep mixing those two up.
Osama
bin Laden would have probably had a podcast as well. He could have.
There's no reason he
He
couldn't.
kind of did, I suppose. His videos were like a kind of podcast.
A proto cave podcast.
But they came in with a helicopter and they crashed it. And then they had to set fire to it.
What I liked about it, in the
We're
film,
all
they said,
bungling. Everyone's bungling.
there was a very strange thing where they said, we had the house that he was in built millimetre perfect.
To train in
They
it.
couldn't even get a picture of his face, but they knew all the stairs inside. And
Right.
you're like, yeah. And they said, we measured it.
Do
We knew.
you think they knew him there? They knew he was there for a wee spell?
I don't know. I don't
The
know.
Pakistani authorities were probably protecting him.
Probably.
They knew he was there.
And then they said, we knew every inch. We flew in. We knew.
Oh.
We knew. Bang, onto a garden wall.
Crashed. Yeah.
A stealth Huey crushed it, broke it in half.
Jesus.
And it's like, okay, things happened, fluid situations, things happened. But it's when they said millimetre, every man would move to a position. They knew where they were going. They didn't have a picture of his face walking in the garden, but they knew how many steps were up to his front room.
They'd have just droned
This
him.
is nonsense.
They'd have just
Yeah.
droned him now, wouldn't they?
Well,
What's
I
that
think
weapons they use? It's no explosive. It's
it's
just like
the
a washing
guillotine.
machine.
Yeah.
Washing machine parts come through your
And
window.
the blades open up and just slices through everything. It's just horrific. It's horrific, a kinetic thing.
The everyone's just like a kind of idiot. They're idiot. So the fact they're grifting, but I suppose because they're public figures, you see the process.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's at it. Well, the royals, the official royals are up to capers. There's people giving like big lugs, like suitcases full of cash. Where's that money
crazy.
going?
Yeah.
Just
It's
all
crazy.
politicians are at it. The local government here, everyone's fucking useless.
Everyone's at it.
Everyone is fucking useless.
More news.
Uh-huh.
Coming down the car today, and I heard people saying they're quite emotional hearing about Michael Caine. I went, oh, he must be dead, because he's an old man.
Oh, has he got Michael Caine old man views?
But no, what it is, he's in a wheelchair, and I think essentially he's retired now, because he can't walk.
Okay.
And that's all it was. But I thought he died, but he didn't, so it's not news.
Well, I saw him in that Children of Men last night, and he's so good in it. He's very good.
I can't... Here's the thing, right? Michael Caine's one of these actors where he's Michael Caine.
No, I disagree.
And
I disagree. He's
I
he's
just-
he's a bit more
I don't-
nuanced than that. No, I
I don't
disagree.
like him.
Sean Connery is always Sean Connery.
That's true.
Michael Caine, no, because Michael Caine, his greatest ever film's Get Carter.
Oh, I don't like it.
I love that film so much.
I
He's
don't
not
like
Michael Caine in that. Another wonderful film, The Man Who Would Be King.
That's a good... That's
Wonderful
good,
film, Boyzone stuff. No, he's got, he's good, Michael. Long Good Friday. No, he's not in Long
No.
Good Friday.
yeah.
The other Bob Hoskins one with Kathy Tyson.
Oh,
But he's a villain in that. He's horrible in it. He's
no, the best he ever was is in the Steven Seagal directed classic.
the black hair.
Yeah,
No,
he's,
terrible.
yeah, because his eyes were meant to be like oil. Yeah, it was
Shite.
terrible. So
But no, he's an old man. But he gave an
90.
interview just saying that people should do a national service, which is idiotic. Why
is
did that
idiotic.
generation all think good national service will sort of our problems
my
out?
dad done national service, and he says when it went, it was the best thing ever. You don't want. He said you don't. People fought in the war.
Mm.
His father fought in the war. Your family were in the war, so you didn't need to be. That was the whole point. You
Yeah.
don't, and he was very like that. He didn't want me in the army. All the family went
But
in
the
the
thing
army.
about it,
Didn't
some
want-
people joined the national service and got a good gig, and other people got shot at. People did die.
yeah,
It's like all the poor buggers that are weekend warriors, and then Iraq happened, and they were across in Iraq.
yeah.
Do you think
They're
they
like
never
shite.
thought that was going to happen?
Bet they didn't. So
Mainly medics, I think.
in more news.
Go on.
In more news.
I've just got this Ferrero Rocher stuck in my
I'm
teeth.
watching. It's disgusting. We'll have a picture of the great David Rashi up there.
Okay.
One of my favourite
Okay.
actors. You know who my other favourite actor is?
No.
Fisher Stevens.
Oh God, no! He's got his head to neck ratio.
His head to neck ratio is completely bizarre, but
He's cancelled.
he is directing. No, he is directing the David and Victoria Beckham documentary, and he's all about them, interviewing them and getting the
I
nuance of
hate
them.
them.
I'm like, what?
I hate them.
You were in my science project.
hate
Why
them.
are you doing this?
I hate them for many reasons. It's just the dullardification. I've just said all human beings are stupid, but just that period in her, she's awful. She seems like she's awful. He's awful. I hate the way they've forced their children into our lives, and all their children are awful.
They're just terrible.
Talentless idiots.
Oh, they're not bright. They're
Like,
not bright.
One of them was a
it's-
photographer,
A chef.
a chef now.
He made
and
a
just-
sandwich and he forgot to put the bread in it.
He's an idiot.
He's a stupid.
and he's married
stupid-
a woman that's a
Has a new
billionaire
face,
who's got
yeah.
a brand new face.
So bizarre.
Their kids would be horrible. None of the kids look like Beckham himself. They all look like the mother who's got this wee fucking nose.
Weird.
She looks like
nose,
she's out of fucking League of Gentlemen.
just strange. They're all strange. So
Yeah,
I didn't
just
like
fuck-
that
no.
Fisher Stevens. I was
No,
upset.
but Netflix are doing a Robbie Williams documentary.
Nobody wants to see that.
I hate Robbie Williams.
But
Look
he's
at his
got no
hairdresser
interest.
and he's he'd a private hairdresser that killed himself. Mysterious.
Oh.
He does that advert. Can when an advert comes on, you're like, fuck! And you try and get it to end.
Yeah.
It's the one with Felix, the cat one.
You
Hey,
hate that.
Felix. And I'm like, fuck.
The one that used to bother me, I'd get up for work in the morning and the big breakfast was on. It was so long ago.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's coming back.
And there was a bowl of cornflakes, lots of milk, and an egg, a fried egg dropped into it in slow motion.
What was that?
And that was the big, and it made me
what was
sick.
it?
It was just every
A fried,
day
greasy fried egg.
into the milk.
I hated
I hated that.
Big breakfast is all the stuff we're dealing with now, all your brands and all that
Yeah.
shit. Big breakfast had that energy.
I think Mark Little's come out of it okay.
Yeah, but
I think
like
he's okay.
Chris Evans and all these
Oh,
dumb. Chris Evans is we are better at this than Chris Evans is. He's a terrible.
he's terrible. And
He's never going
how
any better.
old was Billy Piper?
Aye.
Hmm?
But he's never got any better. Like,
Yeah.
he's very brand-esque because he wanked to Kim Wilde when he was a young guy, and then he ended up being in a relationship with Kim Wilde, and that was his peak.
I met Kim Wilde.
Did you? Nice, was she?
Lovely. I went up to the.
Homely. She's the
No,
gardening girl
She's
now.
well, what it was.
Down to earth.
It was the big garden festival they had in Dundee.
Yeah, yeah,
And she was signing books.
yeah.
So to meet Kim Wilde, I went and bought her gardening book
Jesus
to
Christ.
get it signed.
How we cut doing 7 trees in the space of 2 years.
It's in the house somewhere.
She'd be lovely, but she just very unaffected by fame.
She's very nice.
She had fame when she was young and then got away from it. And it's not. She had to fuck Chris Evans. Which
But
is
there
like-
wasn't any when I saw her in this huge tent and she
Her
was
dad
signing.
was Britain's answer to Elvis.
Marty
Wilde.
Marty Wilde, yeah. But
I don't think Wilde's the real name.
no, I don't think so. Well, it'll just be Smith or Jones or something. But honestly, she was very nice. Nice to
Yeah.
everyone, took time. It was nice.
Gardening chills people out.
But then she went, because she doesn't want to be in music anymore, but then she got back into music
Oh, she
and she's
does.
doing all the...
Like I sent you a picture the other day.
Oh, I'm
Because
still traumatised.
we... Transvision Vamp. Now they were the 90s, weren't they?
No, they were the 80s, man.
Was it?
It was 88,
Jesus.
Transvision Vamp.
But I can remember watching
Goodness.
them and thinking, oh my, there's something I like about that band.
I wonder who it was
But
or what it was.
She was good, wasn't she? But she was terrible and good at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
But you see her now,
Poor Wendy James.
and it's
You know what it is?
Toya Wilcox is aged.
Better than her.
This is being sounded
No,
very
it sounds,
cruel.
It sounds cruel.
Sounded
but what
very
we're saying,
cruel.
she's probably in her 70s now. I don't know how old Wendy James is. She could have been 40 back then.
But you would hope that they'd invested their money and they didn't have to go out on stage, because it's having
She's had work done.
it's having the success when you're really big, and then you then have to go around and you have to play lesser things. Do you not think to yourself, why did I bother?
I would stop at some point.
Yeah.
But when
Has U2 got something new coming out? Have I heard that U2 have got a new album?
oh, they always have a new album. That's not a surprise. I saw them playing at that.
It's a stage they're on. Is it a new world tour?
No, it was they played in that dome in Las Vegas.
Right, that's
Holy
it.
fucking shit. What a fucking venue. That must be spectacular
But
to see.
he looks tiny.
Well, he is tiny. That's his actual size.
Right.
But that is the problem.
Is that the thing?
Because
It
you
looks
are-
like an eyeball in the
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's the same on the inside. So they project the whole thing. And it's...
That'd be a bit unsettling.
I think it make you dizzy.
Have you seen the shield you can hide behind that makes you invisible?
I have seen that. That's kind of cool.
No, that's
There's
no
lots of things.
electronics.
No.
It's just like
It's just the lensing.
it's kind of
effect.
like those
Yeah, you'd put them on
postcards
tele-
used to
yeah,
have. Yeah,
like
no,
that.
interesting.
It's interesting stuff. So that's a
I just like
reminder.
to see one of our fans is just over there. They've been there for the whole show, hiding behind the.
That's
It's Chris
worrying.
Shadowins.
Oh, Chris Shadow's always about.
The shield when they hide the smell.
No,
Oh,
there's
that
not a shield for that. The wanking sound.
just that soft wanking
Oh
sound.
Jesus! Oh,
It
it's
would be
going
a-
to be a bloody.
It would
wank.
be a brittle wanking
yeah.
sound.
There's going to be.
Brittle.
You'll need an elastoplast after that.
Oh dear.
Just to remind everyone, Butler Fest is coming.
Okay.
The films are Geostorm, Angel Has Fallen, and Dracula 2000.
It is great.
The best, and we've had it on good authority, Sir Gerard of Butler himself has heard about Butler
I
Fest.
think we can call him Jerry now.
We can call him Jerry. I think Jerry's going to come in and do this.
Pardon me.
I think he's going to come and do this.
I'm led to. If we put out
Biggest job you'll
if,
have.
If I go to Fisher and Donaldson and buy up all their steak pies,
He'd be here like a shot.
steak pies,
I'll get Iron Brew.
iron brew, and some beans and tomato because he can't get stuff in LA. We'll make a care package for him.
You can have a pie here, right? And then we could watch the films while he just sits and eats.
A giant cake flavoured like Cowan's Highland toffee.
Oh my God, he'd smash through that door to
Come-
get here.
He comes through the ceiling,
Yeah.
claw his way in.
He's looking healthy these days.
Is he trimmed?
He's looking healthy.
Ah,
He's looking good.
He's got a project coming up.
What's he got? I think there's another Angel film.
Of course there is.
There's or Has Fallen film rather. There's a few things coming up. Oh, the sequel to Plane is called Ship.
Oh, wonderful.
That'll be great. And then the last one will be called Bus or something. I love it. Mountain bike.
public lavvy.
Oh, I love
Have
it.
they ever done a film in a public lavvy? Like a siege film in a public lavvy?
Well, they done the one in the phone box,
Yeah.
like 2004.
Yeah.
What's the difference of just sitting there
Public
with
lavvy.
the trousers around your ankles?
Yeah, if you get up.
There's a sniper.
Because they did that one in.
If you stop shitting, you're going to die.
Well, they did it in Lethal Weapon. They had a bomb in his kludgy.
Yeah,
So it's been done.
but the shit should have fired out.
There's that public toilet on the Perth Road they've boarded up.
Oh,
We should make a film in there. Let's reach
what
out.
happened?
I went for a shit there then when I
They
walked
boarded
out.
it
They just
up?
boarded it up.
That's
But
the
it
way
would
to
have a
do it.
wonderful view of the Tay. It could,
that would
it could
be
be
nice.
something cool.
Despite peril, you've got a lovely view.
Mhm.
You're in trouble, but look at the view. That's called dynamics.
Dynamics, yeah.
Dynamics, ladies and gentlemen.
Would you like a drumstick, sweet?
Where did they come from? Do you take them out of there as well?
They're in there.
Oh, I forgot Holly got us all this.
Did have
We
a-
have the sperm that Holly made. We've got to take pictures of it.
I've
We've never done
actually-
all
I
that.
got I'll take pictures today.
We'll take pictures and put them up.
I'll put pictures today. I found one of the little perspex things for displaying stuff.
And you're putting sperm in it.
And no, I'll display this on that.
Oh, very nice.
Mm.
So they'll all be displayed. Ladies and gentlemen, join us on. To our new patrons, welcome. To our returning patrons, welcome back. To our old patrons, we love you all.
I watched
Come-
the film.
We appreciate it all.
There's a guy called Steve Wallace.
Do you have to eat like that?
I do. There's a guy called Steve Wallace.
Okay.
And it's camping with Steve. It's not camping with Steve. He goes
Oh.
out camping.
Not like the way you run.
He stealth camps.
Right, okay.
And he's gloriously shit. But he's far more successful than us.
Yeah, yeah.
We all. Excuse me. I'm done.
Just, are you done?
You're camping like behind wheelie bins and he does all that kind of stuff. Anyway, they had Steve Fest
Mm-hmm.
where they got all these pals together all these listeners in Canada, and they met in this car park. It's the most awkward thing I've ever seen. It's all just people standing with their hands in their pockets in a semicircle, not knowing what to say, and he's not very dynamic because he's a weird kind of lonery guy. Glorious.
So they get all these loners that like sleeping in car parks together.
And I'm just like, I really liked your show, eh? Kind of Canadians speak. And it
then
was just
when it gets a bit darker, they all go in the corner and sleep behind the bin.
They have a beer, and it's like,
oh, it's depressing.
and it was like they put up like a. Oh, it was awful.
Well, I don't know what it's like for people visiting us because we had.
It was dynamic.
We had
dynamic.
Holly, we had Gilly, we had Dud,
It was dynamic.
We had Sean, and I don't know if they enjoyed themselves. I know Sean, bless him, he's dragged here by the ears. You're coming along. I know he's dragged here, and we appreciate you more than any of them because the rest of them are psychopaths, especially Holly.
If you notice, in his t-shirt,
Yeah.
he 2 wee holes.
I saw that. Oh, pulling the nipples.
Nipple ring,
Understood.
nipple rings.
Yeah, just pulling them.
He loved that
But
shit.
he, well done. But was it fun for you? Is it entertaining? Were we okay?
Is it fun?
Because I'm not a social person. Just wanted to show you. Look at our downloads yesterday.
What happened there?
1,000.
That's
Dunno.
wild.
It's wild. So anyway, I don't know if people actually enjoy it or they just say so.
Yeah.
We'll hope we're good hosts. You know, and
I think Spotify will ever reach out to us.
Yeah. We get Butler here, then
We're
we
number
got a
12
little-
in Scotland. We're starting to have some clout.
We are.
Some cluty
We got
dumpling.
into the top 10 podcasts in Scotland for a period.
Jesus Christ.
Isn't that funny? But we're number 12.
There's
now.
only 11 podcasts
Yeah.
in Scotland. 9 of them are football.
They're all football.
Yeah.
We're wildly more successful than any political one in Scotland.
Oh, the political ones are not successful.
You get about 6 people listening
yeah,
to them,
they're
but
really
we're
bad. There's a Scottish podcast, and I think they do a lot of effort. I think they write stories, they do tons, and I don't think it gets much more than we do.
one of my more favourite aspects to having a show called Folk in Scotland. And as someone pointed out to me, you do realise that could sound like swearing. Yeah, that's kind of the point, Folk in Scotland. But people troll, especially from America and Canada, they troll for Scottish sites. And we have been listed with loads of folk music ones.
Yes, I've noticed that.
I love that. So people go, some folk music, and they listen to this.
What kind of instrument do they think we play?
We'll call it the mouth organ.
Like the like the Corries.
So it's wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, join us on Patreon for as low as $2.
Sheila, I've been sitting here waiting for this music to start.
What accent? Are you
I
Australian?
don't know, Australian.
You sounded exactly like Rolf Harris there in Canada.
Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Rolf Harris is dead, isn't he? He is dead.
He is dead.
He is dead.
Is he?
Gambon's away. Michael Gambon's gone.
Yeah, he died. Wait, is Rolf Harris dead?
I think
he's dead.
He did die, yeah.
Fucking hell. They're just...
I see they're doing like a Jimmy Savile docudrama, and Steve Coogan's playing Jimmy Savile.
Steve Coogan, I believe, is playing himself.
Bit near the bone. Isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Of all the people to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time.
Wash your balls.
Laters.
Ta-da.